The character of the monster, Il Mostro, is present throughout the entire piece, and so he also creates this tension that slowly builds throughout the piece, and you are hearing the voice of the monster but not knowing where it's coming from. So also all of the other characters are speaking about the monster, and there's this sense of impending catastrophe that's coming. And you're also given, through his text, which is extremely beautiful, a sense of his inner world, of who is this monster, what is this monster? And he's not a stereotypical evil monster. You see, he doesn't know who he is, and he kind of becomes created by the outside world. So he's not perhaps inherently evil, but rather brought to violence because of the pressures around him once he comes into the scene. He's perhaps the most human character in the piece, so I'll leave it to, I don't want to say too much because a lot of the mystery of the piece is in this character. We don't know who he is, what he is, or where he is until finally he is revealed. Well, the works of Salvatore Sciarrino are a very particular musical language and a very particular world that he creates. It's very detailed, it's very dense, but it also is very poetic, very dramatic, and also funny. And our production definitely is a sort of open landscape in which this language can be spoken. So it's a kind of minimalistic but bold telling of the story. Yeah, well, we're definitely aware of him, and he's a very special artist, and he has helped us throughout the process to bring us inside of his world, of his musical poetry. So he's helped us to understand the key ways to deliver his language, which took a lot of time for us to find because of how detailed it is, but to find the silence and to find the extremes in the expression. Yeah, well, when you don't have the whole history of the performance of a role, and you're creating it just from you, that is a particular challenge, but also I find very liberating. And I've been lucky to do a lot of premieres and a lot of contemporary works and create roles, and I find it so wonderful to have the opportunity to work directly with a composer and to find what is this vision and to create it only from this collaboration and from my own instincts. So it's a real privilege. Well, yeah, I mean, who is art for? This is an interesting question, but I think that this is certainly for everyone. Any adventurous, curious audience member should come to this piece with an open mind and would have the opportunity to be exposed to this language that is very outside of perhaps other contemporary music or other opera that anyone may have heard before. It certainly was like that for those of us who are singing it. So I think it's absolutely for everyone, and the story is very universal and very, although the music is complex, it's also very witty and very beautiful in its own particular way. So I think anyone who has a taste for adventure should enjoy this piece.